became obsessed with me and wanted to marry me. I was naked and he called up his neighbor to come and watch.
Alright men, today we're checking out an OnlyFans girl that completely embarrassed a multi-millionaire. Basically, this guy was her sugar daddy for a little bit. He ended up spending over $1 million on her for designer clothing alone, which is absolutely insane. And I guess from there they became boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, it was a love story, a match made in heaven. However, things didn't work out and their breakup got so messy, it ended up on national television where the guy is trying to reclaim the millions of dollars he spent on her, and the girl ends up exposing some wild details about their relationship. Overall, the situation is a massive mess and a very funny one at that. So yeah, without any further ado, let's begin.
As the old song goes, breaking up is hard to do. It's even harder when hundreds of thousands of dollars in gifts have been exchanged. Jim Murray on a situation that might not have been love after all.
Damn, you know, it's really a mystery that this didn't work out. I mean, look at them. You're telling me they weren't a match made in heaven? You're generations apart. I can understand being an old millionaire and fucking with some hot young model on a yacht, but there's no way you looked at this and genuinely thought it would be a serious relationship. You're in completely different stages of life. Having those two clash is obviously going to result in disaster.
During their brief 5 months together, this woman says her boyfriend lavished her with more than $1 million in gifts.
He did buy me a lot of gifts. Every time that he would want to take me to Chanel or anything, you know, he would spend over $100,000.
At a single time.
Bro, how the fuck were you simping this hard? Spending $100,000 on designer clothing for some bitch you've been dating for less than a year is absolutely insane. Like, if you're super rich and $100,000 is just pocket change to you, spend it on yourself. Buy a new supercar to put in the driveway. Why swag out a girl who only uses you for your money at $200,000 a month? Like, on top of all of your other expenses, did that not at any point seem ridiculous to you? Like, excuse my language, but I refuse to believe there is a vagina on planet Earth worth $200,000 a month. Get the fuck out of here.
When 26-year-old Stephanie Grzansky met 59-year-old Stephen Klubeck, she considered him quite a catch, despite their age difference.
He became obsessed with me and wanted to marry me.
But their relationship soured, and now the multimillionaire wants all his gifts back. Klubeck says he fell in love with Stephanie, but now he says he feels duped.
I mean, as tough as a $1 million loss is, I can't even begin to feel bad for the guy. How the hell were you smart enough to generate that large of a net worth in the first place, but not smart enough to tell when someone is clearly using you only for that money? This relationship was not genuine in the slightest and clearly transactional. He wanted her because she's young and can fuck like the wind, and she wanted him because he's rich as hell and can shower her with all the expensive gifts she can dream of. And it's not like you can reasonably expect her to give back all the gifts you bought her, bro. That's not how gift giving works. There's no expectation that the recipient under any circumstance gives the gift back to you, especially not when they're worth over $1 million, dude. If you think she's willingly giving that up to make you feel better, you are fucking delusional. She dated you with the plan of a grand famoose and you were too stupid to see it. Tough tits, man.
Little did I know that while I was working in my various homes and my children were in the home and my employees, she was shooting porn in the bathrooms and putting it on OnlyFans.
Wow, bro, really? You're telling me you knowingly dated a girl with a degenerate, nasty field of work and she acted like a degenerate when your kids were around?
Stephanie confirms she's a model on the website OnlyFans.
She belonged to the streets.
Provocative photos of herself for paying subscribers. She's also big on Instagram with 1.8 million followers.
You're worth $100 million. You run a multinational corporation. How did this 25-year-old model dupe you?
Well, you know what? We had a security failure, Jim. Our security folks did not unlock the pages on OnlyFans. We made a mistake.
That security flaw you're referring to is known as your dick. Because had you had been thinking with your first head instead of your second, this whole situation would not have happened. Like, dude, you're worth $100 million and you and your security team were stumped by a $6 paywall on a website. Like, did you hire fucking Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber to be on the case? I refuse to believe your security team has any qualifications yet remain this incompetent. Why didn't you even ask her to see the content she was posting on the site? Why not pay the $6 fee to see if her pussy violates the mansion security profile? There's more holes in this story than one of her OnlyFans videos, bro. Like, none of this makes sense to me. It's not adding up.
We saw the content that was extremely graphic, which showed my assets used as backdrops.
But Stephanie claims her boyfriend knew everything about her from the beginning.
He used to call up his friends and say, hey, Steph's outside taking photos. You know, I was taking a photo on a horse and I was naked, and he called up his neighbor to come and watch. He actually loved it.
So not only is this guy a complete idiot simp, he's also a world-class c***old as well. Getting off on your friend seeing your girlfriend naked is a level of pathetic that is incomprehensible to the human mind. Like, you can't even get mad at her for using your assets for her content either. You're the one who brought her into this lifestyle knowing what she does for a living. Also, I can promise you, nobody is subscribing to her OF to see the fancy backdrops she can access. You really think her subs are like, damn, that's a beautiful beachside view, I must say. The waves are beautiful, the trees in the distance look gorgeous. Ignore the woman who has her vagina out in the middle of the photo. Look at the waves. It doesn't matter if she's in a mansion or naked on a horse for some reason. They're gonna subscribe because there's a naked woman in the photos. It's as simple as that.
Like, every day he would tell me how much he made on stocks, and he would ask me how much I made on OnlyFans. He also let me use his private plane to shoot nude content. He loved it. He thought it was hot.
Jim, fictitious. Fictitious. She's reckless. She's a menace. She's a con.
Look, I'm not one to believe someone without evidence, right? But when dealing with tales of simpery, am I gonna believe the guy that spent $1 million on a sugar baby thinking it was gonna be a serious relationship, or the girl that completely swindled him out of all of his money? Of course I'm gonna trust the swindler to give this story as opposed to the swindled. He's way too embarrassed to tell the truth, as I would be too. I wouldn't show my face on TV if this shit happened to me.
Stephanie's lawyer, Arthur Barron, says by asking for all those gifts back, totaling more than $1 million, Klubeck is trying to ruin her financially.
He made it clear that he has tons of money, and he would use that money to litigate with her, to keep suing her until she went broke.
I mean, I don't want to argue with the lawyer here. I'm not trying to get financially ass-raped or anything. But with an Instagram following of 1 million and an OF account that's probably booming, I don't think giving back the $1 million worth of gifts would really affect her that much. I feel like she would still be sleeping just fine at night. But if there's anything I want to say about this going to court, it's that this guy is an absolute buffoon. It's been pretty well established throughout this entire video, this entire situation, that everything you bought for her were gifts. There was no contract saying she had to give them back. If giving back gifts after relationships end was a legally established clause, lawyer salaries would be through the fucking roof. But they're not, because it's not a law, right? You're legally obligated to give back nothing your ex gives you. Like, Steven, if you're watching this video, really doubt you are, drop it, bro. Drop everything. You're just embarrassing yourself more than she's already embarrassed you, man. Move on, make your money, enjoy your mansion. Don't waste your time in this shit, bro. You're 60 years old. Enjoy your final decades on this earth in peace, and enjoy your money and your grandkids. Trying to start a war with an OnlyFans thought is probably the stupidest waste of time for someone in your position. But hey, that's just me.